Hey everybody, Ben Barreto here with eXp Realty. It's a little nippy outside. So let's take a minute and talk about why selling your home in the winter works. Before we get into it though, let's dispel some myths. The first is that there are no buyers in the winter. The fact is, there are still a lot of buyers out there snatching up homes. Let's look at a chart and get a little visual. This chart shows months of inventory. We're currently in a seller's market, and you can tell this because we have less than 3 months of inventory. I could do a whole 10-minute video breaking down this, months of inventory, but the quick and dirty is this. An even market is when there are between 4 and 6 months of inventory. A buyer's market is when there are more than 6 months. What we've had in 2017 is a seller's market, when we've had consistently less than 3 months of inventory all year. So what this is telling us is, one, that there's a low amount of inventory. There's not enough sellers out there. There's not enough homes for sale. But the second part is that there's still a lot of buyer traffic. There's still a lot of buyers out there looking for homes, and they're buying them pretty quickly. I should have added the chart showing you average days on market or active days on market. I forgot to put that in there, but consistently for Knoxville, the average days on market have been less than 40, and that's really good. That's pretty much the just 10 days over, a natural close. When you buy a house, it generally on average takes 30 days to close, unless you're buying all cash and you're not dealing with banks and appraisers and things like that. So 40 days is a pretty good time for a home to get listed, looked at, and closed. That means these homes at 40 days, these homes on average are on market for 10 days and getting bought. So combining average days on market and months of inventory, we know buyers are out there. So getting back to why you should be selling your home, the first reason is there's very little competition. Not having a lot of homes on market means there's not a lot of homes that buyers have to choose from. So if you wait until the market's saturated again, you'll be lost in the crowd. You'll either have to price your home very low to get noticed, or make sure it's renovated and has a lot of great features to offer so that you can win out against the other homes on market. So when is the deadline to take advantage of this high buyer, low inventory market? Well, everybody thinks that spring or the second quarter is the best time to sell. So you see this calendar laid out here for the year. April, May, and June are in red because that's when the market generally gets hot with listings. So if you wait until April, May, or June to put your home on the market, even if you wait till February or March, you run into the possibility of everyone else starting to list their homes, and then you just become another face in the crowd, and you're going to have to work really hard to get those buyers to notice you. Or you're going to need a really good agent like me to make sure those buyers notice you. But again, it goes back to pricing, and it goes back to, is your home move-in ready? So, you want to get if you want to sell your home and you want to get it sold quickly, now is the time to do it. And another thing to throw out there is that sellers aren't the only ones that think that that April, May, and June, spring is a great time to sell. But there's a lot of buyers out there that also think it's a great time to sell. So what does that mean for you? It means that the buyers that are on market right now in the winter, wanting to buy a home, they're serious buyers. They need to buy a home. They probably have some sort of pressing reason to get a home now. Whether they're just moved to the area and they're staying in a hotel and they're tired of paying nightly rent and they need to buy a home, or they sold their home or they're selling their home, they need to buy, whatever the reason is. People in the winter, the buyers in the winter are serious buyers, and so you're going to deal with less hassle, less haggling, less negotiation, less buyer demands. Overall, a less stressful selling process. Doesn't that sound great? So I think this quote by Lawrence Yun, the National Association of Realtors chief economist, summarizes it pretty well. Inventory starts to decline heading into the winter, and many would-be buyers from earlier in the year are still on the hunt to find a home. So, if you want to sell your home, and you want to sell your home fast, now's the time to do it. All right, I hope that helps you guys out, those of you on the fence about selling this time of year. Listen, it's always a good time to sell in real estate. You just have to have a good strategy. And to have a good strategy, you need a good agent. So feel free to reach out to me if you're in the Knoxville area at 865-978-6360. And if you're not in the Knoxville area, call me anyway. I could probably hook you up with an eXp agent that will give you the same service I do. All right, you guys have a good day.